Hello and welcome to another episode of my collection spotlight here on Wednesdays now instead of Thursdays. Today I'm going to talk about an interesting book, one that I think should make a return in Dungeons and Dragons, at least in some capacity. This is actually the second time I've had to record this video because the first time my mic was muted. But basically, it's another book that I picked up from Acme. Most of my collection is from Acme, mainly because I went there one day and I don't know if someone had just sold off their entire collection, but there was at least 20, basically all those, and then all those, except for a couple, I purchased from Acme, including this one. And it, I don't know if someone sold off their whole collection, but it was a lot of fourth, a lot of third, and then this, the Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 2nd edition, the Complete Psionics Handbook. It's a softcover book, but what's funny is something I noticed on the back. It costs $18 new. I paid $10, and by paid I mean this was actually a gift. So the story behind that is I go to Acme maybe once a month just for fun, and I go with my family, my parents and younger sister. And this time I literally filled a cart with all those books. They weren't too expensive, but it's something I don't do often. But it's I filled a cart with books, and my birthday was coming up along with Christmas, which I was born 2 days before Christmas, so a lot of the time gifts are given that count for both. But my mother said, "Hey, I don't know what to get you for your birthday because I'm not an easy person to shop for, mainly because I don't like gifts. I like giving gifts, and when it comes down to getting gifts, I'm like, no, you don't need to get me anything." But she was like, "Hey, I'll set aside some of these books and I'll give them to you for your birthday / Christmas." And I said, "Sure, why not? Save me some money. I don't have to buy. I was going to buy them all. I cleaned them out. There was nothing left when I was done in the Dungeons and Dragons book section, except for books that I either already had or were modern. Like they had a lot of 5th edition, which I already own. As you can see over my shoulder, I own pretty much every book except for a couple of the adventures. But this is about this. It's a Complete Psionic Handbook. Now, as I was reading through it, a lot of this stuff would be pretty, like, Dimensional Door? Oh. I don't know if that was originally... Has it always been psionic? That'd be interesting. But Astral Projection, Summon Planar Creature, Teleport, which might be now Probability Travel. Banishment? There's Banishment. But there's a lot of spells that became just spells instead of psionics. But in this book, there's a lot of psionics. And I thought, the thought came to me, why don't we have psionics anymore? Like I just said, some of them have been retrofitted into spells. And this is 2nd edition, so I'm not familiar with psionics in 3rd or 4th if they exist. But I do know in 5th, they don't really exist in any capacity. I haven't read every book, but as far as I know, there's no psionics. It's just been the spells were put into regular spells lists, like for wizard, monk, wizard, sorcerer, bard, warlock, etc., druid, cleric. But there's no psionics. And it's always got me wondering, we're nearing the end of 5th edition. The end of its lifespan, I assume, because they've already announced the next edition, D&D 1, I believe it's still called. But I wonder if they'll bring psionics back, if ever. And if they don't, is there, what's the reason why psionics were gotten rid of? ESP, empathy, inflict pain. I don't know if it's maybe because they're too sci-fi. Superior invisibility, is it superior or greater now? But there's a lot of Sonic Blast, classic. Mind Wipe, Mass Domination. There's just so many spells. There's so many psionics that would be really cool in D&D. And I don't know why. Is it a balance issue? Or is it just trying to get away from science fiction and be more fantasy? And I'm not really sure, to be honest. But I guess, that's the book. It's a soft cover. And it was only $10, which seems wrong. You look, I don't know if you can see it, but it says US $18. And this was back in the day, so that's, pretty pricey when this was made. It doesn't say when it was made. Oh well. But back in the day, that was the second edition. It's $18 is a fair amount of money. Not like it's not like a fortune, but it's like that's about equivalent to maybe a $50 book today, maybe. But I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not an economist. I don't know money. I know how to spend it, but I don't know how it works. But $10 seems like a steal, and I'm glad I purchased it. It's great on my shelf, and it's great if I ever decide to run second edition, which I'm definitely considering. I've considered running first, second, third, even fourth. I've thought about running them. That's why I get these books, because I'm interested in them. I'm interested in the past. How we got to where we are now. And I'm rambling. It's a rant. That's the whole point of these videos. But I guess the question I have today is, what kind of, would you like to see psionics back, or do you think they don't have a place in modern D&D? I guess. I don't know. Thanks for watching.